Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are sitting here. Um, just looking good. Looking good coming in here. We're getting ready, locking in, getting locked and loaded for tonight's episode. Good morning, everybody. It's a little cloudy today, but hey, we're not going to let that stop us. We're coming in looking good, ready for the day. So like I said, general weather's pretty solid, looking good here. Anyway, so we will start off this morning by talking about the fact that, just walking around, coming into the building today, and I saw something going on outside, some commotion. Just some really crazy stuff. And so, I went to go find out and investigate, what could be the commotion, what could be the issue that we're experiencing right now. And that would simply be, put in simple words, some couple dudes brawling. That's right. Saw some brawling this morning on my way in here. Saw some hands flying. Speaking of random brawling and hands flying, I'd like to talk about what's going on tonight right here in Barrie. Tonight at 7 p.m. we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the battle in Barrie. That is all happening tonight. If you haven't bought your tickets for this, you really should. Shout out the team. Shout out Rex. Shout out everybody over there getting ready for tonight's main event, tonight's big fight. So we are excited for them, happy for the fights. I hope it goes awesome. I'm really hoping the fights go awesome. Hoping to see some crazy, like I said, hands flying. It's gonna be a wild ride. It's gonna be quite the time we're gonna have. But speaking of that, though, let's focus on why we are here tonight. And that is, if you will, with me, we have the Packers and Commanders results of what came of us last week. As of Thursday, I was in here speaking about this game. I will not go and actually, no, I will kind of go in depth in this one, but we won't go too crazy in it. Commanders and Packers, like I had said, Packers won 27-18. Packers are now 2-0 undefeated right now. They're looking really good. Wow, just two back-to-back really great performances from the Packers. Jordan Love, 19 for 31, 292 yards for 2 touchdowns. Very good, Jordan Love. Jaden Daniels, about the same thing, 24 for 42, 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wow. Both, like I said before, and I still stand behind it, both quarterbacks are great. Both quarterbacks played great. And it just really came down to offense versus, defense all around. And as I had, said before, and I still stand behind it, the Packers defense looks amazing. The Packers defense looks fantastic. They look amazing, wild, talented, everything. Packers are looking great. I can't lie. I cannot lie. I can't hate. Packers are doing great. Josh Jacobs, 23 carries, 84 yards with 1 touchdown. Let's see, big leaders in that game. Tucker Kraft, 6 receptions, 124 yards on a 20.7 average, 1 touchdown. Let's go. Wow. Packers looking good. I mean, Romeo Doubs, 3 for 28 on 1 touchdown, a 9.3 average, still very good. Defense looked amazing. 7 tackles from Cooper, number 56, Cooper. We also got a couple sacks from both Rashad Gary and Devontae Watt. Another big menaces in the backfield. A lot of half sacks. Definitely a lot of half sacks in that game for sure. Any picks? Actually, no. Neither team actually threw any interceptions. So no interceptions. So both, like I said, played fantastic. I got to look over real quick, though, at the Commanders. I mean, like I had said, Jaden Daniels did well. We got Austin Eckler, 8 carries for 17 yards. There really wasn't much of a run game. Even that Crosley kid that did well last week didn't do much either. The run game was non-existent for sure. Zach Ertz, 6 receptions for 64 yards on a 10.7 average, 1 touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 7 receptions, 44 yards, 1 touchdown. Terry McLaurin, only 5 receptions for 48, but on a 9.6 average. So, looking good, Terry. Looking good, Terry. On that defense, I mean, got, half sack between Jacob Martin and Von Miller. Von Miller, he's still kicking around here. Yeah, no, he's still kicking around here. He's doing pretty good for himself. So, like I said, Packers on top. Packers came out with the W. Packers kind of just running away with it this season. I don't know. I feel very good for the Packers. I thought last year they did fantastic, and I think coming into the season, a little bit more experience. Micah Parsons, a couple others. So the Packers have increased their repertoire, I would say, since last year, and they did good last year. So if anything, I expect them to win many games and expect them to lose very little. I really expect the Packers to have an amazing season. I'm not going to say just yet. I think it's too early. I wouldn't say Super Bowl contenders. I think it's definitely very early to predict that for any team, to be honest. But they're playing very well. I mean, they just casually beat the, Washington, who was in they were in the championship round last year, casually beat them, 27-18. So, I mean, Packers are looking good. I know they faced, Detroit. It could be said vice versa, whether or not if Detroit is good or not. But either way, like I said, I stand behind it. Packers are looking phenomenal this season. Looking great. Looking awesome. But hey, can't sleep on Washington, though. That offense is looking good. Jaden Daniels is still looking really good. I think they just need to give him a little bit more help. I think if they could find him a little bit, more help, I think we'll get into the groove that they're looking for. With that being said, we'll tune in to some plays here in a second. But any comments, anything going on, anything we should talk about? I really think we should talk about a couple things here. Yeah, he's definitely increased their defense to definitely put the Packers without a doubt. I would say Packers defense right now is looking top 5 easily. So adding Micah Parsons, even before their defense power ranking was around 10, but just adding Micah Parsons really what made their rank go up so much more. And it makes a lot of sense. He's a big piece, and getting him definitely is going to pay off for the Packers 100% in the long run. So good job onto them. Speaking of the Packers, let's see this play right here. Actually, I really liked this play last night. This was a really crucial play by Jordan. Great pass to Kraft. Is that Kraft? Yeah, I think that's Kraft. I believe that's Kraft. Another play. This is actually a fun one right here. I liked this one last night. Good movement. If he didn't lose his legs there, if he didn't quite literally lose his damn legs, he would have just been fine. Pass off to the rookie. Oh, Matthew Golden. So definitely like I said, I'm loving the way the Packers have been moving. I've been loving their movement, and easy look right there. Kraft. That's what I was looking for. Touchdown pass. That right there pretty much sealed the game. That was kind of like the game winner right there, I would say. I pretty much would say that's what put a pin on it. All right, and we'll come back to me. But yeah, so either way, though, that was great. Like I said, Packers coming into the season looking hot, looking fire, speed, everything. They're looking great. I can't lie. They're doing so well for themselves. They're up big. Packers are loving it. They're living their lives right now. They're killing it. Packers fans, cheeseheads. The cheeseheads are happy right now. Speaking of happy right now, I am so happy Sorry. So happy for tomorrow. I gotta. God. Anyway, Cowboys and Giants tomorrow, starting it off at 1 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday. It's Sunday fun day, but it's also Sunday night football, everybody. Like, come on, come on. We have to be locked and loaded for tomorrow. I hope everybody is ready. I hope everybody is ecstatic like I am. I am ready for the season. Bobby Wagner, actually, I think he's actually on Washington, I believe. He's actually on the Commanders, isn't he? Wait, before I say some malarkey, I just want to confirm. I'm positive my boy's on here now. Where is he? Isn't he on here? Yeah, there he is. Okay, yeah, so he is still playing with the Commanders. I honestly wasn't sure if he retired this year or if he honestly, called it. No, it looks like he's still playing. So good job for Bobby Wagner. What a beast, man. I love Bobby Wagner. Hands down, probably the greatest, if not easily one of the greatest middle linebackers of all time. Bobby Wagner is a beast. He was such an absolute force for Seattle through his time. I miss him. I was happy to have him come back for one more season. Good for him for being on the Commanders, though. This is his second year because I'm pretty sure he joined them last year. So this would be his second year with the Commanders. So happy for him. I hope he prospers and does well for himself. But let me go back to Giants-Cowboys division rivalry. We'll be seeing that tomorrow at 1. I mean, honestly, if the Cowgirls can't win this, they're cooked. I'm saying this right now. Cowgirls, you guys can't win this. You guys are cooked. All Dallas fans are cooked if they can't win against the Giants. Like, the performance the Giants had against the Commanders, 21-6, dude. Like, come on, Cowboys. Come on. Come on. Yes, I know I actually had mentioned that Von Miller got half a sack. He is also a Commander. Thank you for bringing that up. But yeah, no. Cowgirls need to get it together. No, but all jokes aside, though, I think the Cowboys, I mean, I don't see why they can't win this game. Like, I feel like that's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, if you're a Giants fan right now, you guys win this game, holy miracles. Holy miracles. Giants, poor Giants, man. All right, Seattle and Steelers. Let's go. I have a lot of high hopes. I don't know. It's going to be tough. Pittsburgh is good. They're tough. They're tough. They're really good this year. So it really just depends on who has the better game. I would say that Aaron Rodgers could do what he did last week and absolutely kill it, or maybe he'll get his shit rocked by the Seattle defense. I mean, we're going to see. I'm honestly hoping for getting his shit rocked, personally. I would really love to see Aaron Rodgers get his shit absolutely ricocheting off the ground thanks to DeMarcus Lawrence or, Byron Murphy. So, Steelers and Seahawks, like I said, I would love for the Seahawks to win this, but it definitely is a game that I am definitely going to be crossing my fingers for sure. A little nervous, I won't lie, but I am so ecstatic. I am ready for tomorrow's game. I really am hoping Seattle, proves themselves. I think they can, and I think everybody's shitting on our team, but I'm going to say this right now. Sam Darnold looked great. If you disagree, you're a casual. Like, I don't mean to be that person, but it's like, if you simply took away the fact that he fumbled the ball at the end due to an offensive lineman literally pushing into him as a terrible quarterback, then I don't know what to say, because Sam Darnold is still young. Sam Darnold I feel like people forget he was only drafted about 4 or 5 years ago. He still has so much to prove, but at the same time, I think he's gonna fit very well with the Seattle offense. He looked great. And so with that being said, I am hoping for good things. Also, I will say, Woolen, our cornerback, yeah, I really don't know, man. If he can't play, if you watch the game, if you watched the 49ers and Seahawks game, you will know that Woolen had probably one of the worst performances I've seen in a cornerback in a long time, and that's sad considering 2 years ago he was literally in the Pro Bowl. He was a Pro Bowler 2 years ago, and now he's literally just shitting the bed. And so as a Seahawks fan, I'm disappointed, and I also, like, at this point, I don't even think he deserves to even have a starting spot on the cornerback position. I think he needs to re-earn it, honestly. He had an amazing rookie season, and that's it. He had a impressive rookie season, and then that's it. So I'm really hoping for change. I hope to see better defense from him tomorrow. I really do. I really just hope defensively wise, my boy Woolen can do much better. So like I said, Seahawks, Steelers, that's happening tomorrow. Rams, Titans. I mean, that's also kind of a no-brainer. I hope the Rams. I mean, I hope the Rams lose, but I think they're gonna win. I don't think Titans are looking that great. Shout out my boy Tyler Lockett. He looks great. But besides that, though, Titans are kind of, kind of bottom of the barrel team. Maybe middle ground, maybe. Bills, Jets. I don't know, man. Don't sleep on the Jets. Justin Fields. We gotta take a moment to talk about Justin Fields, because Justin Fields, dude, I'm telling you, man, I had high hopes from this kid from the get-go, and even with the shit that happened with him in Pittsburgh, I still knew, I was like, this kid still has time. Give him time. Put him on the right team. And nobody thought him joining the Jets would be the definition of that change. But I'm telling you, man, his performance against the Steelers, against, Aaron Rodgers-led, Steelers, he played fantastic. He played against TJ Watt, dude. 218 yards and a touchdown on a 19.1 average, 119.1 average. So I would say don't sleep on Justin Fields, man. Justin Fields looks great, man. He looks great. I'm very happy for him. What a first outing, and on a team like he makes the Jets look better than they've been in the last decade. That one game against the Steelers was the most impressive thing I've seen from the Jets in a decade. So with that being said, though, Bills, Jets, I mean, it's Josh Allen, though. I mean, it's Josh Allen, man, too. It's Josh. We're talking about, I would debatably say, the best quarterback in the league right now. And the Jets' defense is not too bad, but they are, defensively wise, I think they're going to get rocked. But offensively, though, I mean, I think if Justin Fields can play the way he did against the Steelers, I think he's going to have an absolute field day against the Bills defense. Because the Bills defense is good. Don't sleep on the Bills defense. But I'm telling you, I still stand behind it. I think Justin Fields is going to be a wild card this year. I think he's going to be an absolute showcaser. I just don't think I don't think anybody is ready for this level of young talent to suddenly just spring after basically being on the sidelines for a majority of his career, just casually sitting on the sidelines, waiting for his opportunity. And I think this is going to be his opportunity. I really do. I have high hopes for him. I have high, looks for him. But let's go Jets. But I think Bills are going to take it by a landslide. But I'm still rooting for the underdogs in this one. Patriots, Dolphins. I mean, that one can go either way, but at the same time, I'm going to have to go with the Patriots. I got to give it to the Patriots. They looked really good. They lost against the Raiders, but they looked good. I think Drake May looks good. I think Stephon Diggs looked good for coming off an ACL injury. I think he just needs to get back in the groove, but I think Stephon Diggs looked fantastic for being 31 years old, coming off, like I said, a season-ending injury. And so for me, I think the Patriots actually look offensively good, and defensively they look not bad either. I mean, offensively they look a lot better. That's not a question. But I will say, though, Drake May has improved them. Their new running back, they got Henderson, I believe, Henderson. I don't know. Yeah, no, because it was Stevenson before. I think this guy's name is Henderson. But either way, they got a new running back. They got a good receiving core finally. Like, it's been a hot minute since the Patriots have had some reliable wide receivers. And so with that being said, I think the Patriots are looking good. Like I said, Dolphins, Patriots, they're looking fantastic. Oh yeah, no, the Dolphins are no, the Dolphins. Oof, I don't know, man. It's crazy because the last 3 seasons for them have looked phenomenal. They have looked good in the last 3 seasons. And now I feel like I don't know. I mean, again, it's game one. It's game one of the season. I mean, it's too early to say anybody's trash exactly, but I will definitely say though that performance definitely doesn't look good. For sure. So I mean, we will see how it goes. But Patriots though, I think they could win it. I don't see why they can't win this game. I really don't. Jaguars, Bengals. I think that actually could be a good one. Both offensively, teams look great. Joe Burrows, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter, Jamar Chase. I mean, that offensively, this game should be fun. I mean, unless otherwise, but I think if I have to pick though, I'm gonna go say Bengals. I'd say Bengals, just Joe Burrow, based off experience. I'm just gonna go Bengals. But offensively, this game could go either way. If I'm being honest, it could go left or it could go right. 49ers, Saints. I mean, it really is going to be interesting to see the 49ers because they obviously just got rid of Jake Moody. Actually, that's something I should at least briefly talk about. Jake Moody. So if anybody doesn't know who Jake Moody is, he was the kicker as of literally week 1 against the Seahawks. And then after his absolutely horrendous performance, I think he went 1 for 5 or 1 for 4. He basically missed all of his field goals. And yeah, pretty much after that game, 49ers 2 days later cut him. Gone. He's off the team. He is currently unemployed. Definitely did not look good. But speaking of Jake Moody, though, it didn't take him long. It looks like he's getting possibly a contract with the Chicago Bears. So that's news, though. That's not true. It's not true. Don't hold that over my head. But Jake Moody might be on the Bears, which would be hilarious because the Bears are kind of already in poverty. So I guess, might as well just add fuel to the flames, right? Browns and Ravens. Browns, Ravens. I'm going to go Ravens. On this. Lamar Jackson looks great. Ravens all around, defensively and offensively, look really good. It's hard to say which one is better, but Lamar Jackson looks good. Browns have been they're still trying to figure out who the hell their quarterback is going to be, for Christ's sakes. They don't even know who their quarterback's going to be. So let's move on. Bears, Lions. That's shit on shit. Lions. I'd say Lions. I can't give Lions too much crap because they just played the Packers. To be fair, they played the Packers. The Bears played the Vikings and struggled. So with that being said, I'm just going to simply say Lions. I think Bears are going to continue what they've been doing for the last 20 years, basically. Well, maybe not 20. Maybe decade at least, though. But they're definitely going to continue doing what they've been doing for the last decade. Shitting bricks, getting the first-round draft pick, and doing absolutely nothing with the first-round draft pick. Broncos, Colts. Broncos defensively look really good this season, I can't lie. But we got to talk about the Colts for a second because someone who I would have not expected to have the absolute demon of a game like Daniel Jones had. Daniel fucking Jones. The guy that pretty much robbed the New York Giants of $200 million. The guy who pretty much has spent the last 6 seasons sucking ass. Literally just being here. Just being here. This absolute snake in the grass decided, well, now that I'm on a new team, I'm going to ball. I'm going to ball the fuck out. 272 yards on 116 completion rate. What? No touchdown. Well, actually, that's not a lie. That's a lie. 1 touchdown. So not as many touchdowns, but 272 fucking fucking yards after having an absolutely disappointing season on the Giants, dude? You literally asked the Giants to get rid of you. But to be fair, honestly, I don't blame him. I would want to leave the Giants anytime I had the opportunity. Holy shit. But Daniel fucking Jones, dude. I don't mean to say it, but like, why? Are the Colts good? I would say so. I mean, it is one game. It is one game. Again, I'm gonna stand behind it. It is only one game. However, though, Daniel Jones is really like fighting for that first round spot. He doesn't want Anthony Richardson to come back. He doesn't want him to come back and take his spot. Daniel Jones is about to ball out. I'm telling you right now. He's about to intentionally ball out because I think he's aware that at this point in his career, he's 28 years old. So at this point in his career, he has to make or break. He has to make or break. Like, this is his, like, this season will basically determine whether or not if he's going to have a job next year or if he's going to be retired at 30. I mean, yes, I have to disagree with the comment. I have to disagree with it being just the Finns because 272 yards is still insane. Not even Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, I don't even think did that last week. Hold on. I don't even think Patrick Mahomes, Mr. Kermit the Frog himself. I don't think Kermit the Frog himself even had that many passing yards. And he played against the Chargers, which I would say defensively is way, way harder than the Dolphins. So hold on. Let me take a look here. Yeah. Now, Daniel Jones still had almost 30 more yards than Patrick Mahomes passing wise. So yeah, it could be said. It's still early. I'm not going to predict too much. It's still very early in the season, but again though, Daniel Jones is looking fantastic. I mean, I can't hate. Like, he looks good. Now let's move on. I don't want to be talking about Daniel Jones the whole time, but we're almost done here with the list. But Panthers and Cardinals, again, another shit on shit. Cardinals, I don't even want to talk about that. I don't think anyone cares, to be honest. I don't think anyone honestly cares. Another one that no one probably, I mean, some people I guess care about, but Falcons and Vikings, I mean, that's going to be kind of another slow burner. That's going to be like it could come down to it. I got to say I'm going to say Falcons, mainly just because I've got Kyle Pitts on my fantasy. I don't know about y'all, but I'm believing in the Kyle Pitts. Well, to be fair, I got Kyle Pitts as of like this week. I started the season off with, I think it was, I got lucky with Travis Kelce, and then I got TJ Hawkinson on the Vikings. But he didn't really play well in his first outing, and Kyle Pitts played pretty solid for his first game of the season, even though they lost. And so I think I'm going to trust Kyle Pitts for this week, especially because it's the Vikings. I mean, defensively wise, they're nothing special. So, I mean, it will depend on him, Kyle Pitts. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, but like, it's Panthers and Cardinals. I mean, really? Like, do we really care? Do we really care? Chargers and Raiders. I mean, again, that'll be another interesting one. Chargers defense looked really good. Raiders actually looked good too. I gotta say, my old quarterback Geno Smith looked good, but I'm not gonna start glazing him either because honestly, I'm gonna be 100%. I think that Geno Smith is a fluke still. I really think the Raiders have a good offense, especially when their running back, Ashton Genty, when he starts kicking it into gear and figuring out his rhythm and groove. I think that team overall is going to look good coming into the season. I mean, Brock Bowers, like I said, rookie running back that looks like he's going to be an absolute beast. Offensive line looks pretty solid too. So, Raiders have a solid-looking team offensively right now. Defensively, take it or leave it. And then Buccaneers, Texans. I actually got to give it to the Buccaneers. I like Baker Mayfield still. I love Baker Mayfield's. What a quarterback. Baker Mayfield's has hands down got to be the most fun quarterback. I got to say he's a fun quarterback because the thing is he has off days, but everybody has off days, but this guy is consistent. This guy has through the years has been very, very consistent. I mean, he wasn't too you know, actually to be fair, ever since he's joined, I would say ever since he's joined the Buccaneers, he's done very well. I mean, he actually has well over 8,500 yards with the Buccaneers in basically 2 seasons. He also has a combined of, what is that, 69 actually. He has a combined of 69 touchdowns in 2 seasons with the Buccaneers. He also only has a grand total of 26 interceptions, which isn't terrible in hindsight either, while also averaging a 1.1 rating. So, I mean, passing rating. So, I mean, passing rating could be a little higher, but besides that, though, his completion is very good. Yards, touchdowns, and interception. So, with that being said, I got to say, Texans, I don't know. I'd say wild card team. Definitely a wild card team. I don't know how to feel about them. I don't think they're going to beat the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are going to win. I think Baker Mayfield and the Bucs are going to win. And then to finish it off, we'll talk about Kermit the Frog. Okay, so this is my opinion on Geno Smith. Geno Smith has a good arm. He racks up a lot of yards. I won't doubt that. But Geno Smith, I will say this. He played, in my opinion, watching him play against the Patriots defense was embarrassing. I'm going to say that simply. Because the Patriots defense is not good. I'm just going to say that right now. The Patriots defense is decent, but it is not good. And in my opinion, Geno kind of struggled against the Patriots. Now, they won, yes, but not by a lot. I mean, it was 20-10. Geno Smith only got 1 touchdown, I'm pretty sure. So, yes, he racks up yards. Yes, he can throw. He can make those crazy plays. But that's why as a Seahawks fan, I'm glad he's not with us anymore. Because for starters, he's getting older. He's 34 years old, and he's still inconsistent at 34 years old. Yes, I mean, and he also threw an interception, So, yes, he's got 362 yards, which I think was probably the most yards of a quarterback. I don't know. Maybe someone else. I think actually Justin Herbert had a really good game too. But either way, though, Geno Smith throws yards, yes, but his completion his quarterback rating is terrible. His clutch through the years is not there. He's never really been clutch, in my opinion. As a Seahawks fan, he's never really been clutch. So him being on the Raiders is something I'm okay with because it doesn't affect me as a Seahawks fan. I'm happy for him. I hope the Raiders do well with Pete. I also, Pete Carroll, I miss Pete Carroll, and I'm happy to see also someone who I didn't realize until last week was on the Raiders is Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams went to the Raiders, and so I was surprised to see that myself. And so with that being said, though, I think the Raiders can do well. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm, as a Raiders fan, I just wouldn't be set on Geno Smith just yet. It's still too early to say that. Baker can be a wild card, but Baker's very consistent, though. Baker Mayfield is very, very consistent, and so I think that's what people don't realize, and I think they don't give him enough credit. Baker Mayfield is consistent, and that's something that a team like the Buccaneers need, because the Buccaneers need someone who is consistent, and that's what Baker Mayfield brings, I would say, to the Buccaneers. And so with that being said, I think the Buccaneers will win that game. And last game we will talk about is the Eagles and Chiefs game. Eagles and Chiefs, I would say, Super Bowl rematch. It's hard to say who's going to win that game. Eagles, honestly, how they looked against the Cowboys, I think the Eagles are going to win. I don't know, man. The Eagles are still looking really dominant. they're still looking really dominant coming into the season. So I've got to give them full blast, full credit. Eagles probably are going to win this one. I think the Chiefs can win it, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Chiefs 0-2 starting the season. Like, there is a very high chance we're going to see the Chiefs being 0-2 at the start of the, starting as of Monday. As of Monday, there is a high chance we'll see that. And we have gone down the list, and that is the list. Like I said, though, I didn't mention, though, the Buccaneers, Texans, Chargers, and Raiders games, both of those are on Monday. We have 2 Monday night games. Also, the Falcons and Vikings game is the 8:30 game, which I think that's really dumb. I don't know why couldn't have the Eagles and Chiefs game been at 8:30 versus 4:25? I don't know. I think maybe it's cheaper for them to, because technically depending on if you have service or streaming, I don't really know. I do know that they usually broadcast most of the night games, especially Sunday night games. So I would say it probably is cheaper for them to not have the Eagles and Chiefs game being the nighttime game. But at the same time, it's like, who's going to watch that? Unless you're a Falcons or a Vikings fans, you're not watching that game. You're not watching it because you want to watch it. You're just not going to watch it because why? I mean, yeah, again, unless you're a Falcons fan or a Vikings fan, this isn't a game I would be like, yo, if you're not a fan of these teams, you should tune in. No. If you're not a fan, for example, if you're not a fan of the Bills or the Jets, you should still watch that game because that game is going to honestly be fun. Same with, Seahawks and Steelers game. You don't have to be a fan, but that game is going to be interesting too. So with that being said, I just think that, that definitely being the night game is definitely not what I would have made the call, but I made Whoa. We got to talk about this. The Cowboys fan just said, and I quote, "I'm a T Swift fan this game. Eat some birds, Chiefs." I'm just going to leave it at that. Oh, Cowboys fan being a true Cowboys fan. We'll move on from that one. We're just gonna leave it at that. Before there is one final topic. I know I'm going a little farther than I normally do. We definitely have a lot to talk about, like I said. But before I move on to the final thing I want to discuss, I will say I want to take a moment, though, to look at some moments from this game. Hold on. Let's see if we can get you over here. All right. Oh, we're a little further than I would have liked to admit. So, step in, pass, touchdown. Touchdown, Colts. Is that Daniel Jones? I'm trying to figure out if that's Daniel Jones, number 17. Is that Daniel Jones? Hold on. I want to see if I can see the number. Is that Daniel Jones? 17. I think it is, actually. I think it actually is. Let me just, I wanted to show something. Sorry about that. If I wanted to show something, but I'm not 100% sure if he's even number 17. Is he 17? He should be. Okay, so he is 17. I'm like, why was I confused? I don't know why, but I thought Anthony Richards had 7 or something of that nature. So, yeah. I thought Anthony Richards had something like that. So, whatever, though. But yeah, we'll go back. I want to see that. Where is it? I want to see that touchdown, honestly. Good. I like this play. Honestly, it's clean. It's easy. And honestly, Dolphins defense should have been there. I don't know why. For starters, Pittman. Let's talk about Michael. Michael is fast. He's always been fast. He's a tall and nimble wide receiver. And so, double teaming him, or at least making sure you've got you're a free safety on him is probably important because he's just fast. He's got speed. And so, as you saw, he broke out in the pocket. And absolutely destroyed. It was. Poor Tua. I'm not even going to. Poor Tua. Poor Tua. Another play. Actually, this one was also one I saw live. I want to show this one as well. Absolute bomb. Like I said, when I saw this game, I was not expecting this performance from Daniel Jones. Not even close, dude. Like, what? He's finding the right guys. Okay, simply, it is his receivers. His receivers are good. Don't get me wrong. The Colts actually have some pretty underrated receivers, in my opinion. But with that being said, though, it's just like Daniel Jones he had an eye. He had an eye that game. He knew where to find people. He knew where to be. He just knew what he was doing. And it's crazy because, like I said, I would have never expected Daniel Jones to have the game that he did against the Dolphins. And again, like someone had commented, yes, it was the Dolphins. Yes, the Dolphins had a terrible performance, but who knows? Who knows the truth? Like, who knows? I mean, that's what I'm saying is like Daniel Jones, this next game will depend on if he actually is solid or if he's just kind of full of shit. But there's one final topic. It's news related. It's a little off topic. It's a little on a more not sadder topic, but definitely, well, I'd say sad topic for sure. It definitely is a dark topic right now in the world. But so as everyone is aware, I would say at this point you should be aware of this situation. Charlie Kirk, obviously, my friend JD had already talked about it on his on Aired Out. He has already discussed this. I'm not going to discuss the shooting itself, but I want to talk about the fact that there is an NFL announcer who I was very shocked to make his opinion. This was not someone I expected, honestly, to say what he said, and honestly, a little disappointing for sure. So former Good Morning Football commentator Nate Burleson tells former Speaker of House Kevin McCarthy that it's Republicans that need to watch their rhetoric. And I quote, "Speaking of this tragedy, this is a moment for your party to reflect on political." In this moment for your party to reflect. I'm sorry. A man got killed. Simply, a man got killed. A man got killed. That's it. I don't care what your political is. I don't care if you're left, right. I don't care. It doesn't matter. A guy lost his life over his opinion. And that's crazy to say to someone, especially a former House Speaker, to say to their face that the Republicans need to reflect. Reflect on what, Nate? A guy got fucking killed. I don't know I don't know more to say. There's nothing more to say. A guy got murdered and you're trying to pin it on a party? That's crazy, Nate. Wow. And it's not someone I would expect. Like Nate has always been outspoken, but for him to say this, like he's gonna end up losing his job. He's gonna be out of his job. He's gonna end up like all these other like because what was it? Some offensive coordinator just got fired because they spoke out about it. Hold on. An offensive coordinator just lost their job because they made a comment. Sorry a second. Offensive coordinator. I'm trying to see if I can figure out who. I saw about it when it came out. I just don't have it with me right now, so I'm sorry. But I am trying to figure out though. There was a offensive coordinator. Let's see. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. So someone I'm trying to figure it out. I just know Panthers. Yes, Panthers. Who's the name though? I remember it was Panthers. Who is this? Who's it's the Panthers. Panthers employee fired after post on Charlie Kirk killing. Hold on. I need to know the name. I want to know the name. I know yes. It's actually funny. He has the same name. Charlie Rock. That's the guy's name. Charlie Rock. Charlie Rock, a football communications coordinator for the Panthers, posted about Kirk's death on his personal Instagram Wednesday, a few hours after the killing. So not even days later. He posted this hours after this guy died, saying, and I quote, "Why are y'all sad? Your man said it was worth it," and included a photo of Kirk. Rock also included a reference to the Wu-Tang Clan song "Protect Your Neck" in the post. You brought Wu-Tang Clan into this? You brought Wu-Tang Clan's "Protect Your Neck," their iconic song "Protect Your Neck," as a... Oh, dude. That's crazy. Hours? Not even a day. Hours. Hours after the guy got murdered. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. Wow. Weird. Okay, someone says, hold on. Nate was not mocking the death. No, I wouldn't say Nate was mocking the death, but it still doesn't change the fact that he really shouldn't have said that. There's no way around it. He really shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, but it's not. For starters, Nate is a Good Morning Football commentator. He is known for football, nothing more. You're a football commentator. You should not tell a literal House of Representatives speaker, or a former one, you shouldn't tell someone who is a former House of the Speaker to their face that it's specifically the party's fault. Whether or not it's true or not, you're not the person that should be saying this. That is true, though. He didn't blatantly say anything bad. But it still doesn't change the fact that it really wasn't. I wouldn't say it. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was his place, but either way, that's my personal opinion on it. Wrong. He works for CBS. Well, that's new because he was a Good Morning Football commentator for 90% of his career. I'm going to actually prove that because someone in the comments is trying to debate me on this right now. All right, let's see. Nate Burleson. He might have, suddenly joined a morning show for news, but that doesn't change the fact. It still doesn't change the fact that you spent 90. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it says right here. This is his official Wikipedia. Nathan is a Canadian American television host, football commentator, and I quote, football commentator, and former football player. He played professionally as a wide receiver in the National Football League, playing college for Nevada Wolfpack. He earned his first American All Honors in 2002. So he's a former player who didn't really make it because it's hard to say because he never. Well, actually, that's not true. Hold on. When was he drafted? I'm trying to figure this out. When was he drafted? Oh, I actually want to see his football career. I want to see his football career. But either way, yeah, either way, whether or not he's a new, NBS, commentator or not, I still stand behind it. The guy spent 90% of his career in the football world. He really shouldn't be pointing fingers. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, but With that being said, though, back to football, though, because we're not talking about this. It's not that important. Football is the main focus. But like I said, it is football related, though. It is football related. And so with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed your time with me today. I will be back here again very soon. But with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in with me today. It was wonderful. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. I hope the weather changes. It's a little cloudy today, but that's okay. It's beautiful out. It's great weather right now. Get yourself outside. Go enjoy the Saturday. Enjoy the Saturday because tomorrow is when the big games begin. So thank you so much. Everybody have a great rest of your night, great rest of your day. And as always, I will see you in the next one.